mic up like this, but I don't have a stand for it, so this is gonna sound the best like this. But as you can see, I had a win yesterday. This is a new 50K. I took a win yesterday, and then I took 2 losses today. It was kind of 3. I accidentally entered when I meant to enter on ES, and it was on NQ, and this is this first loss here, which it was meant to be that same entry on ES, but it ended me putting me down an extra $100. So it's kind of like, yeah. But that didn't count as my trade, so I ended up still taking the entry for the next trade. End up losing, and then I took another trade on NQ, which was half risk, and which is a better trade, but I ended up losing as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make a recap, just for myself and for other people, just to document like how the days usually go and like what I was seeing in the markets and whatnot. Alright, so the first trade was on ES. I have a bearish bias coming into the day because I'm moving to overall bearish, and I'm expecting us to continue lower towards these lows. Looking at this, you can obviously see it's bearish order flow. And yeah, on the daily, what really gave me confirmation is we had a 1 hour CISD using time frame alignment. So this is the CISD right here. I'm gonna put this down. Alright, so yeah, this is a CISD right here. Right. And so yeah, this gave me confirmation. I was like, alright, well, we're probably gonna go ahead and continue lower to take out this low and maybe previous Monday's low. But so I took out. Right, I like to trade, look for shorts. Like I'm more of a reversal trader. So we came and tapped premium of the range, and it was before 10, and we had this 1 hour gap that we were respecting. And where I went wrong is we saw 1 minute CISD, and at this time we had an SMT with NQ. So SMT, we swept this liquidity right here. So I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. And then we had a CISD and a pullback to tap into CISD, and then I dropped down to the 15-second time frame to look how we're reacting to this 1 minute fair value gap. But where I went wrong is I said since this wasn't enough confirmation for me, since we were kind of looked like we were disrespecting this gap, I said I was going to wait for the inverse. But then once we came back to the CISD, I zoomed in and I stopped paying attention to this inverse, and we saw a big displacement in the SMT on the 15-second inside this 1 minute gap, tapping into the CISD. It looked like we were respecting it basically on this candle right here, on this wick right here, and it looked like it was displacing coming into 10 o'clock. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna enter, and I ended up obviously getting cooked, bro. So that's impatience on my end, because I should have waited for the inverse, since I was like, I'm gonna wait for more confirmation. I should have waited for a close through the inverse to actually enter, but again, FOMO, I was being impatient. So yeah, I'm really not happy with this trade, and yeah, I ended up journaling it. And I think what's most important about making mistakes is like to put systems in place to help you avoid those mistakes. Like I've even had habits like getting up on time or whatnot back in the day that I struggled with, and what helped me was putting systems in place to try to prevent that, right? Like, so try to have a solution to it. But yeah, I'm not really happy with this trade. And I said I broke another rule. I said I was gonna take 1 trade a day, because I tend to really not analyze the markets how I could usually do after 1 loss. So I'll end up like settling for something because I'm just trying to make back the loss, right? Like, so basically revenge trading. But I won't enter immediately. It will be a little bit after, and then I'll settle for something that's not really that clear, but which is basically what I did here. And so yeah, I ended up journaling that trade. Oh shit, this is don't worry about this. Alright, so yeah, ended up journaling this trade. But yeah. So yeah, $400 loss. As I said, coming into the day, my boss is short. Since again we have been in a high time frame bearish order flow with the added confluence of seeing 1 hour CISD tapping into the daily for value gap. Knowing this, I wanted to see price reach premium of the range where I would look for a bearish SMT sweep liquidity and entry model targeting sell side liquidity. SMT confluences were SMT CISD bearish bias clear draw liquidity, but there wasn't a clear PD array, right? So I use time frame alignment. It's like flow state model by Johnny, but there was no clear 15-minute for value gap. It was only the 1 hour, and we already disrespected the for value gap. So why did I take a short? I don't fucking know. On a 1 minute time frame, and price was disrespecting the PD array, right? It already closed above 50% of the range, and it was kind of a low probability PD array at that point because we didn't see a strong reaction from it. We were kind of consolidating. So yeah, I just put down my we're like the emotions behind the trade. It's backed by emotion, primarily FOMO. Since I feared missing out on the trade, I did wait for a clear setup. I didn't. That's supposed to be. I didn't wait for the clear setup. And I think what would help with this is if I question the setup, don't take it. Yeah. So basically, I'm saying if I question the setup, I don't take it, right? Because when it's clear, it's clear. When it's not, you start you start coping like, but what if it does? But bro, you're not. It's not what ifs. It's probability. If you're trading what ifs, you're not trading your edge, right? So that's like I'm not trading my edge if I have to say what if this works out. Like it's a low probability. You're not taking low probability because it's not your edge. The conditions were pretty bad with no clear PD array to expect a reaction off of, and I still try to force a setup. I need to search for the reasoning behind that to ensure that doesn't continue to happen. I've dealt with this, but it's again wanting the outcome, wanting the life, live this glorious life. But if I can't instill the habits of a profitable trader, right, it doesn't matter if I could back testing and get fucking 60% in 6 months if I can't wait for that setup, right? And it's clear it's all my fault, so the important part is to take accountability. I know I've had different habits where like things in the past that took a long time of just like continuing to like relentlessly try to beat it, and you keep making the same mistakes, but eventually you break through that barrier and you get over it. So that's what I'm seeing here. Like I know I'll get over this hump of like doing this. Like bro, I'm sick and tired of doing this shit, but yeah, like your word, your bond. I think Solomon was saying something like that. Like it revolves around your whole life. If you say something, if you don't act behind it, it loses power. So I'm just working on that overall, and I'm pretty disciplined outside of the charge. Right, I don't do anything stupid. I hit the gym, eat clean, listen to podcasts and whatnot. But there's always places to improve, and you never get comfortable because then you get stagnant, right? And all of that has to do. And also, I just picked up a sales job, so I'm kind of in like a state of necessity, right? So I might not be in the best mental state to trade, but that's not an excuse either way. So I'm gonna go over my fucking the second trade I took, which I thought looked hella good. It's kind of a mess right now, bro. Yeah, but I thought this trade would look good. We came up into this 15-minute gap, and the reason I took it is because it was aligned with the 1 hour CISD, and we had an SMT, right, and we swept the curry, so I followed my checklist. But we came down. We had a CISD right here. Hold on, I'm gonna put you guys down. CISD right here. Let me erase this. Yes, that's the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour CISD on the high time frame. But yeah, we had a CISD, a big dump, right, at 10, so we were still inside the macro. And then barely, like 1 minute after the macro, we tapped into this inverse. And a lot of times the price will rebound to discount premium of the range before displacing. So that's what I thought would happen. But this is again why emotions take over.
I traded into a 15-minute gap, right, and it was unmitigated. So price would like to react off of that, so it becomes lower probability, right? Now, I should have waited for more of a confirmation, like knowing the tap, right? Because I expected it to rebalance, but I expected to actually take the high, right? So, and this price action is not the best. But if I would have just took this loss by itself, I would have been like, I would have not been too mad with it. But it's the fact that I took that impatient loss prior to it, right, which really hurt my P&L a lot more. So now I'm back at like break even, and I just gave back that win that I took yesterday, right? So it's more of that. Like, just be patient. This, I wasn't too mad with this loss, but could have been a little bit. Yeah, I should not trade it into unmitigated 15-minute time fair value gap, which is a BISI, right? So it's against my bias, and I should have waited for more of a confirmation before more structure to be built before taking a short to see how it would react. But again, that's I'm not too mad with this trade right here. Like, we've kind of been ranging after this expansion at open. This is at open. This is fucking random ass expansion. Or was it random? Like, I mean, 1 hour gap. I mean, yeah, but after this expansion at open, we've just been fucking consolidating. So yeah, this probably play out right here. Like this CISD. I'm just fuck around and take a paper, bro. Yeah, I'll just take a fucking paper, bro. Yeah, this probably will play out because now structure has been built, so it makes more sense. This is just an example though, but yeah, like this is a better trade right here. We had a 5-minute from a 1 hour for value gap, and price is actually still respecting. No, never mind. This is kind of shitty. Yeah, I mean, but we got a good displacement candle. Yeah, this is a higher chance of playing out, right? So he's still respecting the 1 hour gap. Wait, is it? Hold on. Alright, never mind. Let's scratch that. But yeah, it's just not trying to force it. And I'm really not too mad with this setup, but just price today is kind of choppy. But the thing is, I could have avoided one more loss, right? Like, I could have just had one loss. I would have been done for the day, but I felt the need to enter again, and that's where the lack of discipline is. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to improve upon it. Just wanted to document it, maybe help somebody else out going through the same thing, cause bro, it's tough, man. Like, this is probably one of the hardest industries to be successful at, bro. It's just overcoming yourself, bro. It's you versus you. It is hard seeing all these fucking 14-year-olds making like $2 million a month or some shit off their dropshipping store. So like, you seeing that, it gives you some perspective. You're like, like, it's lingering in the back of your head. Like, I need to succeed. But bro, most of the time, like, they have 4 years in the industry, or okay, not at 14, but like if they're like 19, 18, they've been doing it for 4 years or whatnot. So I've been doing it for a little over a year. I can't expect the same results. They have more time in the game, right? So it's all time in the game experience. You have to pay the debt to succeed. You have to pay the price for success, right? And that looks different for every industry, for every learning curve. Everybody has, if you're a professional athlete, you get into trading, you're gonna have more of a chance of picking it up faster because you already have that discipline and whatnot. I had to build that from the ground up, because I didn't have any discipline, bro. Like, it was bad. So just take your time, bro. Stay in your path, and just keep showing up, bro. And you won't fail. That's not how the universe works, right? After so much cause, eventually there's an effect, and you just have to be able to bear the period where you're not getting the results, right? But after, learning from the losses, it can all come back in 2 to 1 month, and you make all of that back, and you'll be glad you didn't quit. So alright, so yeah, I'll see you in the next recap. If you fucked with it, just comment down, and yeah, I'll definitely be able to make more of these. So yeah, y'all take it easy.